Really glad to have this opportunity to talk to you about what's next. As you'll recall, the governor has given direction about gatherings of groups, asking for us to stay within 25% occupancy as a church. And then when we get to May 18th and things continue to go well, to move forward with a 50% occupancy limit. As churches are considering this, some of our churches have already been meeting because they've been able to social distance. They've been able to maintain the numbers that were earlier required or requested rather. But now churches are saying, so what do I do now? When will we be able to begin the transition? I've heard many different things from churches, and there's a survey that's attached to this email that you receive that will give you some additional information about what churches are considering. So as you think about when can we gather? How do we need to set up the buildings to be able to easily help people social distance? How do we handle things like our hallways and our restroom facilities? What about ushers and greeters? Do we need to move the offering plate away from being passed in the service and instead have a place in the back of the service that they would be able to go as they leave and put their offering in? Also, do we need to increase the number of services so that we can have smaller groups, but we can have multiple services? Do we need to give consideration of services for people that are over the age of 65 that are at the highest risk category? There are so many of these questions, and we'll be talking about that when we gather on Monday at 11 with other pastors from across the association. But also, what about what's next with our summer schedules? Many churches had VBSs and camps that were scheduled in June, and we already know those need to be pushed out and look toward July. Do I need to move the VBS from the building, and do I need to move to a different location? Like, for instance, do we need to utilize front yard Bible clubs where we have the opportunity to build on what's already been happening within our communities? What about our camps? And we're still trying to get information about whether camps will even be allowed in the summer, or if so, when they'll be allowed. And what about special events, for instance, Memorial Day picnics or other types of July 4th celebrations? What we'll tell you is that we're expecting social distancing guidelines to be in effect through most of the summer, if not all. And so we'll have to make plans accordingly. So I look forward to getting to see you on Monday at 11 as the ministers gather to talk about the plans within their church. And you will also find some other additional information attached with this email. Thank you so much for your commitment to God's church and to responding to the needs of God's family. We're praying for you, and we're thankful to be a partner with you as a member church of the TEBA.